Did we need another quality start from JTK on Wednesday or what? Last night gave me the warm and fuzzies. As for the first two games, what do we expect from this series? It's the two-time defending World Series champions with the best player on the planet. They have the original Max Muncy. How are we going to act against that? Against a payroll 300 million bigger than us. And 21 Jump Street is human after all. I didn't want to know that. We got lots to go over. And no, I'm not Timu Scott Van Pelt. It's 4:30 in the damn morning, and I don't feel like wearing a ball cap. But SVP aside, we got lots to talk about today on Habit Hunter. Hello again, A's faithful. It's great to be back with you guys. Welcome to Habit Hunter, A's podcast, and the House Always Wins Media Network. I'm Tim Burns. You can call me Hobbs. I'm a sports writer covering the athletics for the guys at Mid-Valley Sports out of Los Angeles, where I cover the amazing A's as well as the entire NFL desk. You can find me at Sacktown A's Fans for Life on X and this, the Habit Hunter podcast. Habit Hunter gives you an in-depth analysis of every series. We identify problems A's players might be developing and look for solutions. We talk about them. We argue about them. We look for answers. We try to come up with possibilities and throw them out into the atmosphere, see what hits. We analyze moves the front office and manager make. And we need to keep a good eye on both of them, right? History says. And we give our team flowers when they absolutely shred. And hey, let's face it, we got a lot of talent. It's just not looking good sometimes. Remember to give the show a like. I know everyone asks that, but it keeps the show in the algorithm. At last check, we were at 540, I think it was, loyal subscribers as a network. So make sure you join us, subscribe, check out all the amazing shows. Booney has built a badass team of shows, basically like a professional GM, created basically by A's fanatics. So go surf the network, man. There's a lot of shows, and there's a new one coming out too. A couple of really, really knowledgeable, fun A's fans, a couple of ladies, and they're fun to listen to. So you're gonna have to check that out. We're going to do a roll call at the end of this show and go over how the players and the team did against the Dodgers and check out some stats from June. So hang out until the end. That's my favorite part of the show. And, it'll make us feel better after losing a series. Like I said, it's good to be back with you guys. I pulled a Butler and basically cancer picked me off at first base last week. I had to go on IL for both my column and the show for about a week and do some recovery. So it's a great day to be alive, great day to be talking A's baseball with all of you. And it's going to be a roller coaster show as usual. Topics are going to be all over the map and be a little bipolar. It is 4:30 in the morning. So break out your lithium and we'll get this started. But first, I want to say something. Since we're all kind of peeps now, and I have this forum. It's a small forum, but I love this forum. I want you all to hear this. If something feels off in your body, don't ignore it, okay? Get full blood work every 5 years once you're an adult. And for dudes, demand a prostate exam at 40, not 50, okay? Yes, prostate exam. You might get lucky and your nurse will look like a Russian supermodel like mine did. Shout out to Tatiana, Sutter Health. Even my wife thought she belonged on a runway. Truly beautiful. Anyway, why do I say these things? Using a baseball reference, timely discovery of cancer is like extra innings these days. Early detection equals you get to start with a guy on second, and you got better odds of getting all the way home, right? For real, getting all the way home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still surviving. We're talking baseball, and I missed it. I was so medicated during all of this, but I did catch the games when I wasn't all out on painkillers. I hit the chat when I was coherent. It was not a great stretch of baseball. Not great at all. Now, before we get to talking about this series, which, you don't want to go over too much about all the nastiness. So we're going to be talking about multiple things. But I would like to talk about, remember back when, right after the Rocky series, it's like 3-4 shows ago, right? We looked at the schedule and we looked at the thin rotation, the bad bullpen, and we figured the A's were going to struggle, but during that stretch, we could probably get an 8-5. Remember, I came up with 8-5 out of the next 4 series. So we looked, we said the Pirates and Giants for 3 games, 7 games against the Angels, right? A 4-game series, 3-game series, right? And that was the difference right there, the Angels. We went 5-8, not 8-5. We went 3-5 against Anaheim. I mean, I don't know why they have our number, why they can put up so many bad innings, our bad innings where pitchers just throw BP for 12 straight batters or something. But yeah, they did really well against us. It puts us in bad shape. And the A's needed to get some wins versus those teams during that stretch. The Pirates was always going to be a toss-up. We lost the series 2-1. We should have won that series, but we didn't. But we talked about the Giants. We said, hey, you're going to kind of have to throw out the win-loss records with that. In this battle, old Battle of the Bay, Giants always play us tough, and they took 2 or 3 earlier. So they took 2 or 3. I wasn't surprised. They got great bats. That's the way it rolls. Like I said, we split the Angels 2-2, and then we let them take 2 or 3. And, so we didn't take advantage where we needed to, but only lost, I think, maybe half a game in the AL West race because the AL West kind of sucks this year. And, just hover around 500. That's all I'm asking. Hover. Limp into the break. Anyway, the team losing 4 everyday players means we are kind of in trouble. And speaking of that, Matt Chapman can bite me. My kid, his first jersey was a Matt Chapman jersey. Oh, that was another big event that happened when I was out, was Matt Chapman spiking Zach Geloff. So unnecessary. He was out by 4 steps. Tried to step around the tag anyway. Tried to get cute. Spiked him. That puncture looked like a damn stab wound. If you've ever seen one after the knife comes out, cost him a hitting streak. It's a personal accolade. It is what it is, but that's a screwed way to do it. Put him on IL. It sucks. Everybody's on IL. I was on IL. Damn. I just realized that even I was on IL. What pisses me off though was Chapman just stared. That pissed me off. He just stared and then just looked away like he couldn't have cared less. You guys tell me. Put it in the comments. Was he always like that? I mean, I know it wasn't on purpose, right? We all know that. But it was stupid and unavoidable. And it happened so damn slowly, right? It was like, oh, that was brutal. As for the opener, some major transactions happened that affected the lineups in the game and the series, right? Both on the mound. And I did write these out. So bear with me. The bats, we were down Tyler Soderstrom, left fielder, 10-day IL, left hip impingement. We were down shortstop, Jacob Wilson, 10-day IL. Right thumb inflammation. Third baseman, Zach Geloff, I just told you about, for a damn foot stomp. Freaking Chapman, he's on the list. But so you look at that, man. Our entire left side of the field was replaced, right? Left fielder, shortstop, third baseman. Our DH was on IL. Yeah, that's 4 bats gone. That's a lot of shuffling. And, now we know, it's surgery for Rooker, and he's done for the season. He's done. When he heats up, he's a beast. Am I gonna really miss 200 batting average, hoping he heats up? Month-long slow start to every season. I love it when he heats up, though, man. He's fun. He's fun to watch, man. Multi-homer games and such. But yeah, it sucks. But you know what? Heim's going to be an adequate replacement, I got to feel. So the A's pulled up shortstop, I'm going to call him JKG. Everybody calls him JKG because it's really hard to throw his name out there. Joshua Kuroda-Grauer. We're going to talk about him in a bit. They brought up Daryl Hernandez as well. A's also recalled Alika Williams. Thank you. Did you see that last night? That was great. We traded Brett Harris for right-handed pitcher Ben Hansen from the Red Sox. But don't get geeked. Not yet. Because he won't be of any use anytime soon. I mean, I did a quick glance. It looked like high A. We're not going to see him. But as bad as we are in the bullpen, who knows? Maybe he'll end up a starter. Who knows? Anyway, so in the opener, the A's belted out 11 hits, scored 4 runs with basically AAA dudes from last year. Career debut at second base, JKG, and our backup catcher, Jonah Heim. He's our primary DH now. And I'll be honest with you, I love his clutch hitting. He's gaining a reputation for that, for his heroics. The A's scored, 3 times in the second inning. Colby Thomas, solo shot. He had a great series. And he does it again Tuesday. Another home run. Back-to-back singles by Max Muncy, Alika Williams, and JKG. The A's scored 2 more runs, and they had a 3-2 lead. A's had trouble scoring from that point until the 9th inning. They loaded the bases in the 3rd with singles by Heim and Thomas. Max Muncy walked, but they were stranded. I hate it when we just have the opportunities, and we can't even push one across, right? Not one timely sacrifice fly. Back-to-back singles again, Alika Williams, Kuroda-Grauer in the 6th, didn't score either. He had 3 hits in his debut. We're going to talk a lot about him in a sec. The A's don't score their last run till the 9th, like I said, and I was geeked out. Why? Because Kuroda-Grauer, he doubled to open the 9th. Bolte, he had an RBI single, gave the A's a good moment, but we got spanked 9-4. JKG, let's take a deep dive on this dude for a sec. 3rd round pick, number 75, 75th pick, 2024 draft by us, the then Oakland A's out of Rutgers. Let's look at him. A lot of I was reading these numbers and I was thinking a lot of, wow, this looks like how Kurtz was. No drop off. Just this is who he is. This is who he is. This is who he is at every level. We knew Kurtz was going to be a home run stud. We knew his on-base percentage was going to rock. We knew he was going to walk a ton, and that's who he turned out to be. I think this guy's going to be like that. I mean, not Kurtz level, but he's going to be as consistent as he was through what I'm about to tell you. He batted 3 seasons at Rutgers, 343, over 60 extra base hits, doubles, triples, homers, 40 stolen bases, 70 walks. So those walks say he's selective. In the minors, 2024, batted 324 across 3 levels. And he actually reached for a moment in AAA up in Vegas. Last year, batted 296. And he started to show some expanding talents. He had 30 doubles, and his stolen bases was 27. And he reached AA Midland. You're talking, the drop-off, that's only 20 points or so. That's not bad. And this season, he hit 323 across AA and AAA. 23 doubles, 4 triples, 7 homers, 15 stolen bases. I always say it, sold popcorn, made pizza, parked cars. He did it all. He batted 352 in Vegas. And frankly, Booney, the founder of the House Always Wins Media Network, shameless plug alert, has been calling for his promotion for weeks. He's been talking about this guy. And when he was promoted, he led all of minor league baseball with 109 hits. And he went 3 for 4 in his debut with a double and an RBI in his first at bat. 2nd inning. Bright spot in some doom and gloom of another series opening loss. The bottom of the order, Muncy, Williams, JKG. They went 6 for 10 with a double, 5 singles, and a walk. They basically kept the team afloat and kept it from looking disgustingly horrible. This is not respectable, but we're in the ballpark of respectable. In contrast, the top 4 in the lineup in this game, Bolte, Shea, Kurtz, and Heim, they went 3 for 19, 157. Shea slumped at the plate of late. He batted 200 in June. He made us smile last night, though. He did. Nice to see him hit a bomb. You could almost see his shoulders when he's rounding first. It's just like, oh, thank God I got that out of the way. It's like going 0 for to start the season. That number starts looking bigger and bigger and more imposing. All right, this is what I've been avoiding. Gage jump. He really struggled in this game. He lost his second start, lasted just 4 2/3, gave up a career high 11 hits, and his first 2 home runs of his career. 5 earned, 0 walks, 5 Ks. He was in trouble in every inning. I'm going to be honest. He was behind early and often. Something he doesn't do. He went 2-0 or 3-0 6 times, which that isn't him. So maybe that's his sign. I mean, obviously that's everybody's sign. But for him to start that early, being behind in counts at the beginning of his game, that wasn't like him, because remember, he has a game plan and he executes the pitches. He knows what he's going to throw, and it's just methodical and robotic, right? I robot, but he did not. He was still emotionless. Right? He looked hot. I'll be honest with you. He looked hot. It wasn't even that hot here. I live in the same city, but he looked uncomfortable in that he looked like he was hot, and maybe he was just having a bad day. He did have a bad day. But it's hard to tell what his signs are because he only has, his first start of his career, which you expect for it to have some issues. So it's hard to tell whether that's what he does. And this start, everything else has been gold. So, it's hard to tell with him. He gave up 4 singles in the second, put the Dodgers on the board 2-0. But jump, he struck out Ohtani and Andy Pages to temporarily stop the bleeding. Didn't help, though. In trouble all game. Freddie Freeman singled to open the third. Mookie Betts hit into a double play, so he lucked out. There, Max Muncy hit a homer in the fourth. And Miguel Rojas, he doubled 3 pitches later. Pages, he hits a 2-run homer, and Dodgers didn't look back. I mean, that was bad. That was bad. Reliever Matt Crook for the A's, he allowed a 112 off the bat, 432, 3-run bomb from Ohtani. I mean, what are you going to do? They actually held him kind of in check, where you erased that one. And he had offers. He had a lot of offers with the starters, at least the first 2 games. I think he went over 7, 9, something like that. The Athletics were called Cade Morris, which, thank you. You did him dirty. You did. Because our pitching staff lost a lot of people, too. Mark Leiter Jr. is on IL. Jose Suarez was on paternity leave. I guess he's pregnant. Michael Kelly, he was DFA'd. After being shelled in his debut, remember that? Cade Morris, he had a 20 ERA, so 20.25, something like that. He had a decent outing here. He went 3 innings, 1 run, 3 hits. So a bad day versus the World Series champions. Crazy. Nearly the same score on Tuesday, 9-3 loss, but this game pissed me off for a lot of reasons. Jeffrey Springs cannot remain a starter. We have nobody to go to, I know. You don't need to tell me. I can already see you guys typing. Sending me a text. Who are you going to replace him with? Yeah, I don't know. But he's horrible. Anyone in the minors can duplicate batting practice. That's what he's doing. And it's nothing more than batting practice. He had 7 2-0 counts, 4 3-0 counts, 2 4-pitch walks, and only got 2 batters down 0-2 in his entire start. It's horrible. That's how it goes. Watch this. In the first, single, walked, single, RBI, sac, fly. We're down 2-0 already. That's the first. In the second, we didn't score, but look, they didn't score, but look at this. Error, 4-pitch walk, down 2-0 3 times, 3-0 twice. Total loss of control. In the third, double, walk, home run. It's Jeffrey Springs. We're going to go over his totals. It's sick. Home run totals are nasty. He gave up 2 singles in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. Then he gave up another home run. He's down 6-1. Here's what let's just go to his totals. 5 1/3 innings, 6 earned, 8 hits, 2 home runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks. He can't even strike people out. It's another loss. What is he? 3-8. Just crap start. All his starts are crap. His ERA in June was 10. In 11 starts, he has 24 home runs. 24. Tell me Trevor Bauer is worse than that. Go get that guy. Sitting there in Mexico chilling. Give him a Valium so he's not so spazzy and loud. Guy can pitch. Anyway, half of Tuesday's lineup was rookies and journeymen, and they were the only Athletics worth a damn in this game. I'll be honest with you. The quote-unquote stars, they were dog crap. The anchors of the team right now, Shea, Kurtz, Bolte, Muncy, Heim, 3 for 20, 12 strikeouts. I mean, look at these days. I mean, they had a nice day last night, but Bolte, 3 strikeouts and a 1-pitch ground out. That was his day at leadoff, which at that point after 2 games, I think the leadoff hitter was 1 for 10 or 1 for 11. Just horrible. Like, our leadoff sucked. Today, obviously, we got a home run and a single out of it. So that was kind of cool. Thank you, Shay. Kurtz 3 Ks and a walk late on. He's late on his fastballs. That's what it is. He was late on the fastballs up and in. I don't know, but 3 more strikeouts. We're going to talk about that later. Muncy a double, 3 strikeouts. Just like the team rolled over too. The last 4 A's they struck out. The last 4, 15 Ks on the day. 15. Kotsay, I'm not going to give him unscathed. I'm going to talk about him. I hear a couple people listen to this on their way to work. Shout out, Mr. Connor. It was obvious Kotsay gave up in the 7th, and I'm going to tell you why. Jeff Hartley came in, and he melted down. And I'm going to give you his line. Double, walk, RBI single, threw a wild pitch, RBI sac fly, threw another wild pitch, threw another RBI single out. Not a peep from Cott, just stood there and watched. It's like the guy's all over the place. And we knew he settles down, but he just stood there, right? So Hartley, he starts the 8th, 107 mile per hour line out, right? And then the next pitch, single, still nothing from Kotsay. It's like it was clear Hartley was going to play the rest of the game, no matter what. I.e., that tells me, no matter what, good or bad, Kotsay gave up with 3 innings to go. Because when that 7th inning started and he went, double walk, single, wild pitch, single, sacrifice fly, wild pitch, single, and he doesn't try to stop the bleeding and has no intention when he sees it to come out in the 8th. Cott gave up with 3 innings to go. That's a third of the damn game. Usually I'd be yelling right now, but because I feel really strongly about this. I know it's the 9th, but pulling Meneses and Thomas when they went 3 for 6 in this game, I know the score, but you pull these 2 guys, they're batting 500 for the game. They're the only ones really doing anything. It's just stupid for Cott. You're not helping Cortez with the random 1-at-bat late in the game when it doesn't matter. You're not helping him. You aren't. How are you ever going to have comebacks if you empty your bench like you're managing Little League coach pitch where everybody gets to play? Like, it's okay to leave him on the bench. And then when you do play him for a game. It's like amateur hour. Here's why. Thomas was the only A's player with 2 hits. Homered in his previous at bat. And you sit him for a 1-out AB for Cortez. Like, what the fuck? I mean, come on, man. I don't care what inning it is. And with that, together with Hartley, doing the live or let die show in the 7th, it showed me Kotsay gave up pretty much from there with 3 innings to play. And I'm going to tell you something. That vibe translates. It migrates. It migrates to everyone underneath you if you've ever led anything. If the leader is indifferent, so too will be his minions. And I think that's where we get lackluster. I think that's why we have 3 innings where we go 1, 2, 3, and 5 and 7 pitches for 3 straight innings in the middle of a game because we just get indifferent. And I think it starts at the top. So, yeah, Colby Thomas hits the 2-run bomb in the 7th. He's the only guy to reach twice. Kotsay pulls him. That's just dumb. It's like Cott doesn't have the heart, has heart for anything above meh. When's the last time Cott made you proud? Let's just cut to the chase. When was the last time Cott made you proud he was your manager or made you feel like the team's in great hands? Or you go, damn, Cott, oh my God, you're such a master. That never happens. He's barely coherent. Anyway, Wednesday's start was kind of the A's season in a nutshell. We won, but JT, he got in as much trouble as he could. Loaded the bases with a double and 2 walks in the 1st. But he survived without allowing a run. A's response to the busy Dodgers first was to strike out. Yeah, all of them. Shea struck out. Kurt struck out. Thomas struck out. That was our response. It's just like, oh no, is this going to be our day? Are we going to let this guy pitch like he's Tom Glavine? Or I know I always say somebody old. It's because I'm old. When Ginn gave up a single in the 2nd, And when we had 2 outs already, I was actually going, oh my God, Ohtani's we haven't felt enough pain in this game like we felt the last 2 games. So here it comes. Come on, Ohtani, go ahead. Go ahead, do it. But Ginn got out of the inning, and then I realized this is fan PTSD right there. To be honest, Ginn navigated traffic very well in this game. We'll go through it. Bottom of the second, Heim's first pitched. Boom, gave us our first lead in a minute, 1-0. He went 444, 104 plus off the bat. Nice. JKG, Kuroda-Grauer, hard single. It bounced off the pitcher. Charlie Barnes bounced off him. And as I said in my track days, this is what they used to say, if somebody has quicks, it means they hella fast. So JKG has quicks, man. He scooted down and out. Got himself an infield single, which was great. But the A's then went down pretty quick. Butler K's, Bolte hit a 1-pitch double play. Ginn did not enjoy the lead long because in the third, Freddie Freeman, that guy's such a stud. I mean, how many records has that guy got, right? He homered. He tied the game up at 1. And this is where Kot irritated me because Ginn struggled a bit and Kotsay went to sleep. So Ginn loses the zone a little bit. And Kotsay gets all jacked up on an ABS challenge. And so he's going over it, blah, 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 and talking to the dude next to him. And he's going on and on. He doesn't even see that Ginn can't. I don't even know what they call it. Like for a minute there, it's like his mechanics were off at release. I don't know. It just seemed like he was forcing it and everything was going downward. He lost it for a while. But Kot was busy talking about the challenge, man. He was obsessed with it. So the next at batter, Tucker, he walked. Edman walked. It was scary. It was minimal damage, but it kind of reminded me about Dallas just now. Dallas Braden, broadcaster. He spent a half an inning. Jenny wasn't even there, but spent a half an inning talking about his food. Didn't even look at the game. They were talking to each other. Big game's over there. It's like, oh my God, dude. Can you let me know what's going on? Kot was off in his iPad land or whatever while Ginn was all over the place, but Ginn pulled himself out of it. A's response in the bottom half, singles by Shea and Kurtz, but they got stranded, so that didn't help. Ginn was the Ginn we love, man. He had a good 1-2-3 fourth and a 1-2-3 fifth. And there's been very few 1-2-3 innings in this series for the A's. To be honest, we had a nice stretch there after the Yankees scored 12 guys in a row or something against us. For some reason, our bullpen just went 1-2-3 constantly for about 2.5 weeks. I don't know. We just haven't been doing that lately. We're throwing batting practice right now, and we know why. But he had 2 of them back to back. At the plate, Ace scored quickly in the 4th. Heim walked. JKG. This guy's a stud. He doubled for 2nd and 3rd. Butler RBI ground out, 2-1 lead. Bolte RBI single, 3-1 lead. In the A's 5th, Shea had his homer, which was awesome. 433, 104 off the bat. It finally gives him an extra base hit. He looked relieved and happy. Kurtz singles, Thomas doubles in another run, 5-1. Heim, he reaches with an RBI single. I didn't even think he was going to get anything on that one. It didn't look like the at-bat was going well. And 6-1. And that was the 3rd time he reached base in the game, which was great. Ginn came out for the 6th at 90 pitches, which was a strong decision, in my opinion. Predictably, he walked Kyle Tucker, but had a strikeout, inning double play. Makes questioning him, moot, at 90 pitches. His day was great. He's 7-4 now, 3.04 ERA, another quality start, 6 innings, 104 pitches. The solo earned one by Freddie Freeman. That was his only earned run. He had 3 hits, 5 walks. It was the 5 walks. He did have control issues for a bit. 4 strikeouts. What a great start. Luis Medina, he took over in the 7th and 8th for the A's. He had 1-2-3. He struck out Ohtani. That was nice. A's went down 1-2-3 in 6 pitches. That's typical late A's inning for us, even though we won. Medina struck out first 2 batters in the 8th, but then Muncy doubled. Kyle Tucker walked 4 times in the game. What are the odds of that, man? Ask Moneyball, man. See what he knows what the odds are on that. Medina was replaced by Hogan Harris. He struck out Tommy Edman, got out of that. Then what was cool, I love this. Alika Williams, he launches a solo shot, 404. Caught a little bit of a grin, a little bit of a smile as he rounded first, 7-1. I like that kid. He's fast, too. wicked fast. He's kind of sneaky. Hogan Harris, he stayed in for the ninth. He surrounded a single. He gave up a single, but he surrounded that with 3 more strikeouts, right? We needed that win. We did. We had 4 losses in a row. 5 guys had 2 hits. The Athletics lowered the number of strikeouts. Last game was 15 strikeouts, remember, to 5, but it's still quite a few. All right, man, my favorite part. We're at 33. Man, that's like three or 4 shows in a row. I'm right around there. All right, 41-46 record, 3 games back in the AL West. We were 2.5 back when I went out for the week. So, yeah, we're still right in it, man. How did our bats do? For the series, you don't care about this part, 30-106, that's 283. That is decent. Power versus LA, not too much. 4 doubles, 5 homers. But the A's did lead baseball with 45 home runs in June. But it didn't translate to as many wins as it probably should have. One thing kept our scoring down. We drew just 6 walks against Los Angeles. That's not good because we struck out 27 times. 27 times where nobody gets on base, nobody gets moved along, nobody gets a sacrifice fly from third to score. Nobody gets moved over, like I said. It's just too many people, man. It's 9 a game. A's batting average as a team, 248. That's good for 8th in Major League Baseball. That's great. 112 home runs, also 8th. A's left on base versus the Dodgers, 20. 20 in 3 games. That's meh. 5 for 21 with runners in scoring position. That means they struggled. Obviously, we lost 2 or 3. Team ERA. Shut up. Team ERA, 4.97, 29th in baseball. But at least he got under that 5. Don't make me start throwing paper again, which means they've struggled, man. They're struggling. Too many of those off the rail innings. We're averaging like 4 or 5 blowout innings this series. Starters went 16 innings, so 11 earned. That's ERA of 6.19. They give up 5 home runs in the series. Relievers, not much better. 11 innings, 7 earned, 5.73. But throwing 6, ERA is 6. That's horrible. Individually, Shea Langoliers homered Wednesday, but he's struggled. 3 for 14 versus LA, 214. He only batted 204 in June with a double and then Wednesday's home run. That's the only extra base hit since the 19th. So let's hope that homer turns him around. Kurt's homestand, 3 for 11 with 2 walks and 5 Ks. 272. In June, this is an easy number, man. 25 of 100, batting a even 250. 20 runs, 9 home runs, 23 RBIs in June. 21 walks, which is good, but 41 strikeouts. Kurtz leads baseball in both of those, both walks, 75, and strikeouts. I didn't write it down, but I think I remember it's 119. Rest of the studs, Sodi, IL, Rooker, IL, Wilson, IL, Cortez, the 400 hitter, Kotsay platooned until he was insignificant. Y'all realize, I know I say it every time because it's going to bug me all year. You realize he was platooned so he wouldn't face lefties. And his career batting average is 467 against lefties and 500 this year. It's stupid. You like that cut, man? Do it to batting 270 now. Congratulations. Anyway, he offered in this series in limited play, by the way. Alika Williams, though, he had a great series. 4 for 9 with a home run, 444. Hits in 6 of the last 7 games. He's hitting Hobag. He's hitting 304 on the year, so he's a Hobag. We thought we got a 200 hitter out of this guy. If you look at his last 2 seasons, I like this guy. I like it. He's fast. He's sneaky fast. Always seems to be on second when people are expecting him to round first. He already seems to be where he's supposed to be. McNeil, 0 for 5 versus the Dodgers. He batted only 182 in June. And he's consistently rolling his swing over and grounds out to the right side. Right? Very predictable. His 229 batting average is the worst of his 9-year MLB career. I really hope he turns this around because I like the dude, man. I don't like talking bad about that dude. You notice I really don't ride him, make fun of, things or tease or anything like that. I just kind of feel disappointed with that. Zach Geloff, screw you, Chapman. Bolte, 3 for 13, 231. That's meh. But in June, he batted 286 on the season. He's batting almost 300, 292. He has 11 stolen bases. He is wicked fast, man. I love watching him on the bases. Butler, back below the Mendoza line, man. 196. He was 0 for 8. But Law Dog, he did bat 281 in June, so we did see the turnaround. I think this was just, lack of ABs. They were inconsistent. Max Muncy, 2 for 7 with a double, batted 285. But if it wasn't hit, it was striking out, 5 strikeouts. And we said we were going to keep an eye on his strikeouts. I told you guys we got to do that. He has 55 and 149 at bats. That's 37%. And I told you guys, whenever it's inching towards that 40% red flag warning, that's when you got to start putting him in Denzel Clark territory on not seeing the ball. Just, it's just something we got to keep an eye on because, he had 3 in one game. Yeah, 3 in one game and 2 in another. Jonah Heim, 4 for 12. Very good. 333. Home run, couple of runs, 3 RBIs. He has hits in 6 of the last 7 games, showing that once he was the DH and he, when Rooker went on IL, he started to produce at a higher clip. That just shows, consistency, more ABs for him. Maybe this is who he's going to be. He might not be 333, but I think we're getting something a little more special than we thought we were going to get. Even though we've known about him for a while, I think consistent ABs may be a turnaround for him. Newcomer, Joey Meneses, he's batting 143 early on. Colby Thomas, 500 in the series. Are you kidding me? 5 for 10. A double, 2 home runs, 3 runs, 4 RBIs. Love that. 6 for 6. Yeah, when they use them right. 6 for 16, 375 over the last 2 series. So Angels and Dodgers. So he's heating up. And finally, Joshua Kuroda-Grauer. He picked up where he left off in the minors. 454 against the World Series champions. How's that for the first series of his career? Has to go up against the World Series champions. He goes 5 for 11 with 2 doubles in his first series. We're going to find some special people. If Kotsay would quit messing with people and just let them ride out when they're shredding, leave them the hell alone and ride them out. See what you have before you start looking down at the iPad. So face it, frying pan into the fire. So we're going from 2-time defending champions to the Miami Marlins. Marlins were 22-6 in June. They led baseball. Hottest team in the league. And we have to go face it. Nice. We have to go all in once a series, in my opinion, until the All-Star break, right? We have too many hurt people. If we can make it to the break, we can rest a little, get healthy, at least through a week. If we can hang around 500, I know we're already for 5 under, something like that. I think if we can hang at least that or closer to 500 at the break, I believe we will be the second half killers we always are. Think about it. If you don't know about it, ask somebody. We are the second half killers. That's all I got. Be excellent to each other. I'm out.